Hello my Flammican family, and welcome to a brand new playthrough that we'll be doing alongside Terraria of Into the Breach. So this game is by the developers of FTL Faster Than Light, which is a fun game that I haven't been able to get into, but nevertheless, this game I absolutely love. So I have played through this game, gotten every single achievement possible, but we are gonna do it all again on the channel. So as you can see, I made a new profile, deleted my old one, don't have any achievements. So we're gonna do that. I disabled the tutorial, but I will explain everything that goes on. Time to go back and try it again. Thought there was gonna maybe be more dialogue. I haven't seen the beginning there. So the breakdown is you have 3 mechs. As we go through and you unlock achievements, you get a coin. And yeah, you can unlock other mechs and everything like that, and I mean there's actually quite a lot of things that you can do. So you can rename your guy and everything. Right here you can click to change which mech your time traveler starts in. It's irrelevant right now just because we're just starting out, but we'll get into it in the future. For now we'll just put him in the combat mech. But here you can see an overview how much health each mech has, how far they can move, and then what weapon they have equipped. And I really like you have a little display here that tells you what the weapon does that they have equipped, how far it can shoot, everything like that, where it does damage and all of that. So, and then we get our difficulties, well rather how many island victories. We'll get into that at the end of the episode. Here we got our achievements. Each group has their own individual achievements as well as overbearing achievements here. So we'll click out of it, but we are gonna play hard mode just because, like I said, I mean I've beaten this entire game before, so I would like a challenge, and we're gonna get right to it. So right now we only have access to this first island. We'll have to unlock each of the other 3. Once you have them unlocked though, you can start at any island, which is pretty neat. So here we're gonna go into our first island. There'll be a little bit of dialogue here. There really isn't a story to this game from what I've learned, but I'll at least say the dialogue just to make it a little more fun. You've shown up in the nick of time. The Vek are overrunning our island archive. The old Earth relics here still have some fight in them. They could help us. And then, so you can review each of your, so we have 2 missions available right now. Essentially we're in the corporate HQ. We can go to the research center. We have a chance to get a star and a lightning bolt. Essentially a lightning bolt is some of your power grid here. That is vital. It's essentially like your total life. So if we gain a lightning bolt, then we gain a little orange tick right here. And once you get it full, the more lightning bolts you get, the higher your grid defense can become. And if you lose your whole power grid, and you lose your power grid by letting your towers or buildings take damage. And then the star is going to be your corporate reputation. That'll come into play after we complete this island. So for the time being, we are going to do the research center over the archivist. You know, I'm usually really good with vocabulary, but I don't comprehend how to pronounce it. Archivist. Archivist Hall. I'm gonna go with Archivist. Anyway, research center. So our 2 bonus objectives are: do not kill the volatile Vek and then protect the emergency batteries. So if we click that, it'll show us what the map's actually gonna be, and then we click the map to start. And now we get to choose where our mechs land, and the little green is where our mech can move. So if you guys see that, and then ideally this takes some, you know, brain power as to where to put them down. So like, not to get too far in baseball right now, but with our artillery mech here, we're gonna want this guy in position to knock the volatile Vek away without hurting him, because we want this guy to live, because one of our bonus objectives is do not let the volatile Vek die. So we're gonna place these guys just like this. Maybe we'll place this guy right here. No, because we don't want him to block this guy in case he needs to move. And then we want our combat mech. His weapon does 2 damage, so we should be able to get the soldier scion to kill him in the first turn. So anyway, we're gonna confirm. There are a lot, I mean, as you can already tell by how much I'm talking, there's a lot of stuff that can happen. So here, like, this is even a bummer. So no, actually it's not. Okay, so the thought process in what we want to do, or what I want to do, is we want to take our artillery mech, move him here, because we want to use his weapon in order to move the volatile Vek. So now the Vex, that's like their species, if you will, they don't change where they're attacking. So they move, they decide where they're attacking, and then it's your turn to move and attack. So here we want, this volatile Vek is now doing nothing, which is amazing. Now we want to take our cannon mech, and we want to hit this hornet so that he's not attacking our own mech. And now we want to take our combat mech and destroy that scion, because what that scion was doing, it was increasing, I should have explained that before killing him, it was increasing all of the Vex health by 1. So essentially killing that guy is getting rid of all of that extra health. So yeah, we're gonna let them do all of their moves. Let's see. So okay. So the bummer here is, honestly, we're not gonna be able to stop this guy, because we can't, well, we can't even move in order to hit him out of the way appropriately. So he's going to damage these buildings, and if he damages this building, he does, let's see, as you can see under like that stinging spinneret, he does 1 damage. So he's gonna destroy one of these buildings, and we're gonna take a power grid damage, which is fine, because ideally the biggest goal is to complete these bonus objectives. So step 1, well, how much damage does this guy do? He does 3 damage. Can I... Alright, so what I'm going to do, if you click or just hover over this attack order, you can see on the top right there in what order everything does damage, or attacks, if you will. So volatile Vec attacks first because he has the number 1. Then the Hornet in the bottom left. And then the spider guy, Scorpion, right here. And then it's going to be the Alpha Firefly. And then number 5, enemies emerge. So you see these little spots right here. This means that a Vec is going to spawn here next turn. So what we can actually do to avoid any tower damage besides this one, we can use our combat mech, and we are going to attack him. Moves him. His attack isn't doing anything right here. It's not attacking or damaging anything. Now, if we left him the way he was, we would be able to prevent this mech or Vec from emerging. But what we want to do is we want to actually move this guy right here, and we want to move this Alpha Firefly. So now this Alpha Firefly is actually gonna kill this Scorpion. And if we take our cannon mech, we can shoot the Hornet, and then he dies. And now the only thing that's taking damage is this building. So if we hover over attack order, excuse me, the Volatile Vec's gonna attack the building. The Scorpion is not gonna do anything because it's just attacking right here. And then the Alpha Firefly is gonna destroy the Scorpion. And then we're gonna have two Vec spawn. So we're gonna end turn. That's unfortunate. So then you can see up in the top left that the power grid lost one little blip of orange. Alright, so this actually is not bad. So what I want us to do, you can always, what I really like, so you can move your mechs to kind of like plot out, okay, I want to move this guy here, I want to shoot right there, and then as long as you don't attack, you can click undo move and it'll reset it. And then even if you did attack, then you can hit this reset turn. You can see that it says there you can only do this once per battle. So you literally only once per battle can reset the whole turn if it didn't turn out like you wanted it to. So what I think I'm going to be doing here is I want let's go back here. Okay, so I want to move these guys. I want to take this guy and shoot right there so that this Hornet goes right here, the Alpha Firefly kills it, and then this guy, this Firefly, goes right here. I can use the cannon to shoot it, and then it'll block a Vec from spawning as well as shoot up here. And then I'm honestly just going to take 1 damage on my combat mech so I don't do any damage to the Volatile Vec. So let's make sure I'm doing this right. Want to move the cannon so he can shoot this Firefly over the spawning zone. I want to move the artillery mech so then I can shoot this. So now the Firefly is killing the Hornet, and then I want to shoot there, and now this Firefly is shooting the Volatile Vec and only doing 1 damage because he's just a regular Firefly, whereas this Alpha Firefly does 3 damage. And then the Volatile Vec only does 1 damage, so if this guy takes 1 damage, it's not a huge deal. We can repair. And the reason I can't move this combat mech is because Scorpions have an ability in order to web a character. So you can see, if I hover over this, you can see webbed. Units webbed by the Vec cannot move, but they can still attack. So we are gonna end our turn. We're gonna let it pan out. I know there's a lot of explaining in the first video, huh? But that's okay. So that's good, actually. This is super good. Well, I guess I wouldn't say super good, but we can actually Because mech damage really doesn't matter. I mean, it does matter, but it doesn't. So let's... Just trying to think right now what... Because we want to go right here, and we just want to knock this Alpha Firefly into the water. Because if we knock the Alpha Firefly into the water, then life is good. I think honestly we're just gonna accept another grid damage. It's hard, man, because in hard mode, with it being alpha, there are a lot more alphas that spawn. Just makes it a lot more difficult. So let's just do this so that we protect ourselves from another grid damage, and we can also destroy this Firefly. So, ooh, actually, trying to think now. So we can actually destroy 2 of them. So we're gonna get a little big brained here, and then artillery right here. So we'll drown this Alpha Firefly. The volatile Vec is going to do 1 damage to this tower, so we take a grid damage, which is fine. And we'll actually move our combat mech right here. He can attack the Scorpion. The Scorpion will drown and also die because of like push damage, I think it's called, or something. Essentially, if you push something into another thing, it'll take 1 damage. I'll show you guys when it comes. When it becomes a part of the game. So, do that. And then we want to just kill that back. So now the only thing that will happen is this takes damage. Cool. And then we completed our bonus objectives. And we did take 2 grid damage, so that's unfortunate. But also life goes on. We recouped 1. So now we got 2 more options. We still have the Archivist Hall, but we have Old Earth Park and Relic Preserves. They're pretty much the exact same thing. End battle with less than blank damage and then protect something. I think that the additional power grid is going to be more important than our corporate reputation. And also this is huge because these Old Earth mines are here and Vex jump on them all the time, and it's great because as soon as they jump on them, then they die. Alright. Oh, see, look at that. Just gone, gone, and gone. So the only thing alive is the Scion, which I want to block Vec from spawning, because our cannon can destroy that guy, and I can't do anything with it, so we'll just leave it at that. Oh, and that was damage, by the way. That was the push damage. So the cannon only does 1 damage, but because the Scion also hit the mountain, it did another damage. So if I explain as in-depth as I have been, this one episode is gonna be 5 years long, so we'll chill out here. So I want, honestly, let's dang, man. So our best plan of attack, I think, is gonna be if we knock this puppy into the mine. Did we? No. So I was nervous that we moved our artillery mech before, attacking. Because if you move, and then this guy attacks, I can't reverse this guy's move without resetting the whole turn. So we're gonna just shoot this guy. Well, shoot this little forest tile, so now it's a fire. And then move this guy. So now if a Vex spawns and it moves onto this tile, then it starts on fire. We want to hit this guy into that mine. And then... yeah, we're gonna move right here. Now we want to make sure that we end with less than 4 mech damage. So we can take more than 4, but we need to end with less than 4. Alright. Good. Oh, goodness me, oh my. So what I actually want to do... so if we... no, because then that'll take damage. I was thinking if we repair him, and then we do this guy will drown, and this guy won't be hitting anything, but then this guy takes 2 damage. So what I want to do... this is hard. So let's get this guy out of the way. And then I do want, because if we block these Vex one more turn, then they stop emerging because they'll only be 1 turn left. So what I think I'm gonna do, I'm gonna repair this guy. Once again, we're gonna take 1 power damage, like grid damage, which is a bummer. But also, I didn't mention it, but if a Vec or one of my mechs prevents a Vec from emerging, it takes 1 damage. Which, I mean, I'd assume you guys saw, but you never know, man. Okay. So we want... Okay, so if we move our cannon mech right here, hit this guy, it'll break the ice, he'll drown. We can then move this guy to be... okay, check this guy. Check this out. You guys are gonna be so impressed. Hit this guy, so he has only 1 HP. That guy still has 2. And boom. All gone. And we ended with only 2 damage, so we completed both the bonus objectives. Alright, we gotta pick up the pace, you guys. We have to do 1 more island as well, and then we'll be able to end this episode, if you will, because that'll be technically 3 more islands. But I essentially, my personal like goal or plan is always to get as much power grid as possible, because even if you max this out, then it increases your grid defense, which gives you a percentage chance for the building to resist damage. So we're gonna do Ohmtown, because that's defend its artillery support and protect the coal plant. So these ones are kind of fun because this artillery support can be used as a mech essentially. Pod incoming. Every once in a while, a pod will fall. La 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 la. And this artillery mech actually does 2 damage to 2 spots. So we're probably gonna utilize that. So this time pod either destroy, if you look on the bottom right there, destroyed if damaged or trampled on by the enemy, collect with a mech, or defend until Vec retreat. So Vec will never instantly stand on it, you know, on their turn. If I push a Vec on top of it, then the Vec will, you know, destroy it. But as long as I am diligent about it, I generally, because every single time I move is important, I'll generally just let it sit until the end of all 5 turns. Okay, so this, what I actually want to do, I want to use the artillery, old artillery, to destroy the Scion, and then I want to hit that guy. We do want to do that, and then you know what? Let's just off this Hornet right there. So now the only thing alive right now is the Firefly, and 2 more are gonna spawn in. That of course doesn't damage anything because it just hit a water tile. So here's the situation in which, I mean, essentially utilize this thing, you know, we can move and we can attack, so let's just defeat that Hornet with it. Here we can get a we can get a twofer. So if we move the cannon mech down, now he's blocking a Vek from spawning, and also, oh, here we go, you guys. So we're blocking a Vek from spawning, and then now if we take our combat mech, go right here, we deal 2 damage to the Firefly, and then it knocks it into the Hornet, which does 1 damage to the Hornet, and then a 3rd damage to the Firefly. So hit that, he levels up, sweet, and now we can use our cannon, and it deals 1 damage, and now he's blocking a Vek from spawning. And you know what? Let's just collect the pod with our artillery, because he didn't actually do anything that turn. So, oh yeah, man. It's a very heavy thinking game. Let's, if we deal 1 damage to this guy, and also he's standing on a tree tile, it'll light the tile on fire, and now he's on fire, and he's gonna take 1 damage. You can see on the top right, fire damage is the first action that happens. Oh, would you look at that? You can also press left alt in order to see it without having to hover over that. Did not know that fact. Probably I'll never use it. Anyway, so now he's gonna take 1 damage at the beginning of his next turn, and then he's gonna take another damage at the beginning of the following turn, in which will be the last turn. So that's kind of nice. I want to repair him. Deal 2 damage. He's gonna hit a mountain, which isn't a big deal. That doesn't do anything, but we'll get him into position in case the 2 Vex just hang out right here for whatever reason. Blocks that. Defend the artillery unit. Protect the coal plant. The coal plant's right here. Artillery unit, of course, is right here, as we've talked about. Okay. So this guy is gonna burn. This guy's not doing anything. If we deal 2 damage to that, he's also on fire. He's gonna die at the beginning of the next turn. Trying to think just how we can. Okay, check this out too. So we're gonna knock him into him so that they both die. And then we're gonna go all the way over here. So, okay, our mech is gonna get lit on fire, but we're gonna get more XP, and he just takes 1 damage, which doesn't actually matter. Because as long as the punishment, if any of your mechs die, like they run out of health, then the pilot inside of them dies, but you still get to use your mech. It's just piloted by, I mean, it's autonomous essentially. And the negative for it to being autonomous is you don't get bonuses, which with these mechs you do get bonuses. So we just got the pod, open the pod. So we unlocked a new driver, if you will. Time traveler is what they're called. And we got a reactor core. There on the top right, unlocked in hangar. So those were the little bonuses. So if we go into here, now our combat mech gets +1 mech move. This guy's still level 1. And then the artillery, this guy, gives us +3 grid defense. So I'm actually going to replace, because this lady has the specific like perk, if you will, of mech is unaffected by webbing and smoke. So even if a scorpion gets this guy, or she, Bethany I think is her name, what's her name? Camilla. And then let's replace Calypso with Ralph Carlson. And then we got a reactor core. So with a reactor core, we can install it on our mech, and we can get special features or increase movement like distance, or increase health. So we're gonna install it on this guy just so that we can do buildings are immune. So now, as you can see in the little picture, instead of doing 1 damage in the middle only to buildings, it'll do 0 damage to buildings specifically. So last, I'd rather do one of these 3, the Archivist Hall, Old Earth Park, or the library. I don't like defending the train, it's very difficult. So we are going to try to defend the satellite launchers. So yeah, I mean, all in all, I feel like I've gone through a majority of features, if you will, on this game. So we're gonna hopefully just power right through the remainder. Okay, still does a damage to the mech. I do need to, I can't. Ooh, you know what I could do? Okay, this has 2 health. So we are gonna allow it to take damage because I need to destroy this Scion. But we're gonna kill this Scion, does 1 damage there. We're gonna take our artillery. We're going to use our newfound ability for it to not do damage to the towers. We're gonna move the Alpha Hornet. He'll attack in these 2 tiles, and then we're gonna hit the Scorpion, so he's standing right there. So let's get to it. I would like it if we could hit this Scorpion into the shooting range of this Hornet, but not today. So this one's launching first, that's kind of a bummer. So that's actually fine. So you see right there, the Scorpion tried to destroy, well, web this mech, but because of the captain's or the captain's special of mech unaffected by webbing or smoke, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna let that guy do 1 damage there because it doesn't matter. This is gonna launch and it won't be existent anyway. There really isn't a good answer to this, except for right here. Okay. So we want to move this guy right here, move this guy right there. I should have moved him over here just because then he's further away, but he has such a large movement range anyway. I don't know. And then let's, oh, actually undo that. We want to hit that guy right here because now he'll block that Vec from spawning. So this guy's not attacking anything. Who's next? This guy's just hitting the mountain. That guy's hitting that, which is fine because it has 2 health and he only does 1 damage. And that launches and it destroys everything in the plus sign around it. Awesome. Awesome possum. I'm glad that this guy's attacking here because he can't legitimately do anything. Let us transfer that guy so he's not attacking that. He does go... This guy goes first, so I can't let him do that. So we're gonna hit that. And then... yeah. So now we're blocking 2 Vex from spawning. This guy isn't damaging anything. And our satellite launch isn't taking any damage. And only 1 Vex is spawning. That's fine. Alright. That is not fine. So this Vec, or this mech, is worthless. I think there's a way to do this. So if we attack right here, I just think that this guy is taking damage, no matter what. What if we... no, that doesn't change anything. What about... no. So let's try this. Oh, goodness me, oh my. We did a Hail Mary and it worked. I didn't know if our cannon mech was gonna... oh, obviously don't want to do that then. I thought we were gonna be able to kill him, but... nothing takes damage and we win. Destroys the mountain on us. We are already at 37 minutes and we still have another island to go. I need to spend less time talking. Certainly doesn't take 30 minutes every single island. Okay. So one of our objectives is we need to kill this guy, who attacks both in front and behind him. So check this out actually. Oh, this is gigantic. So you can see that this guy attacks first and he also does 4 damage. So if we take our cannon mech, hit him this way, we take our combat mech, so now we've dealt 3 damage to him, and then we knock him back. Now we've dealt 3 damage, he's killing both of these guys, so we're not taking any tower damage, and he's also blocking a Vec and taking another damage. Wow, that was a good turn. Look at that. If Vec kill each other, then it shares the experience through all of our team. So let's this guy's only at 2 health, so let's just get him like that. Now we have 3 regular Vex spawning. Well, there's an alpha Vex, so that's unfortunate, but still fine. Okay. That deals 2 damage. So if we deal 3 damage right here, and then we hit that, that does 4. Whoop. Alright, let's do that. So, deals 3 damage. This deals 4, and also this guy is attacking him. Not that it's vital. And then here we block a Vec from spawning, and we also get him. So yeah, got a lot of stuff going on in this game. But this one is already... Maybe we should split this into 2 episodes. So let's... I don't mind taking 1 damage. Okay. Oh. So we just took 1 damage. But yeah, 40 minutes. Let's just do this as like a intro. So now we defeated the whole island. We successfully completed every single bonus objective. So here, let me do my narrative voice. You accomplished every archive mission. An astounding accomplishment. Please, you and the Riftwalkers accept this as thanks. And then you get a choice of 3 things. So we could get 2 more grid power, we could get a new weapon, or we can get a new pilot. Since we're just starting out here, I'm always going to take a pilot, because as soon as you get a pilot, it unlocks it in the hangar. Now we can spend our reputation. This is kind of like a store, so we want to sell our pilots that we aren't using. I'm gonna... Let's get our cannon mech to fly. So now this is where corporate reputation comes into play. You got a choice of 4 things, and then you can always get a reactor core or grid power. So, I mean, if you look through this, we'll probably get all of these throughout time when it comes like to different classes and stuff like that. For now, let's just get 2 reactor cores, or you know what? I don't need grid defense, because it's not like, I mean, we'll be fine without it. So we want to use 1 reactor core here so that this mech is flying, and then I also want to do 2 reactor cores here so that we get dash. What that'll do is I can dash from however far away in order to use my weapon. So now we're going to leave the island. By completing 1 island, you've unlocked RST Corporation. In future games, you will be able to visit unlocked islands in any order. So now we can go to the desert, and yeah. I can't do a woman's voice. RTS was divided on asking you for... Excuse me. Let me reset. RST... What? I think I said it wrong anyway. Anyway, RST was divided on asking you for help. It was viewed as weakness, but the choice is stark. We either ally with you or lose the island. So, yeah. I'm going to end the episode there, because we are at 43 minutes, and that is crazy for the first game. So, if you guys liked it, hit the like button. If you want more on this series, I am going to make a 2nd episode of me actually seeing this to the end. So, yeah, there's for sure going to be 2 episodes in the series. But if you guys want to see even more of the series, hit the like button. Let me know in the comments. If you guys really like the content, please subscribe. It means the world to me. And I will see you guys in the next video.